All right, we back,
And we're back. We're
baby.
here.
Episode 161 of The Works. And as I announced last week or the last episode, we are going to dive into a little bit of the entrepreneur side, mental health wise, and just the outlook of creating your own business and how that goes and stuff like that on our lives now, right?
Yep.
Obviously, you guys know who we are. As you see, we have guests on the couch, and I would give them time to introduce themselves so you guys can know who they are and what they do.
Okay. Well, thank you for having us. My name is Jacqueline Rivas, and this is my husband,
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rivas.
aka Jackie and John. We're with NRN Legal Services. We are located in the Old Town Puente on Main Street. We are legal document preparers. I prepare documents for self-represented clients or people that can't afford an attorney. We prepare cases from like divorce, custody, child support, living trust to protect your assets, you know, when time has come. And then he's my tax preparer and business formation preparer.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for being here, first
Yeah.
of all.
Yeah, thank you
Um,
for having us.
Yep. And usually what we do when we go around the room when we first start the pod is we kind of talk about our week and how it went. And then you can go from it went fine to kind of elaborate why it went fine or why it went bad, and then give it a rating. So I'll start over here. We'll start over here on this side.
Yep.
And then so you guys can see how we do it, and then we'll move on to your guys' side.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
All right.
How's your day, Chris? Or how's your week? Actually?
My week has been a little bit hectic. I don't know. I've talked about it on the pod before. I deal with importations of cargo into the United States, and lately we've had some changes, and
Always.
we have always. It feels like it's gonna be like this administration. We just finished the first round of new tariffs, so now we're getting to a second round where he only had like 150 days or whatever to keep those, and now he increased them more. I don't know why. Well, I know why, because he just wants to get more money, but it affects me directly, especially this week, because the new round's finished, the new rounds are starting, so we have to go through a whole new set. So it's been busy at work. It's been stressing me a little bit, but I guess it's easier this time than a year ago, because now I know what to expect. Obviously, I guess that comes with the experience of having it. So I'm gonna rate my week. I was gonna say 7, so I'll go with 7.
Awesome. My week coming into the week was awesome. I took my wife on a getaway on Sunday.
Hey, let's go.
So we had a little time to ourselves. We haven't really done that in a long time, especially with the kids and sports and all that stuff like that. So I made it a point this year to get that done, so we can kind of do that more often.
Mm-hmm.
But it was great. We had a great time, and then we met the kids at the beach the next day. So they're on their winding down of summer break. I think they go back to school in 2 weeks. So we're trying to cram in all this stuff right before they go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great. And then going into the week, went to work. Work was work. Dealing with work is usually stressful for me, just because of all the new responsibilities I've been having since I got promoted. So it's trying to get used to that and also do my job, my regular job that I have on the floor. So it's a new challenge, but I'm getting through it. And then this week I came back from my ankle injury, so I just started ramping up my training again for the marathon in October. Yesterday I actually ran 7 miles.
Hey,
Tested
let's
out the
go.
ankle. Yeah,
Nice.
tested out the ankle, so the ankle feels good. Woke up this morning great, so I was like, all right. So this week coming up is back to normal schedule. And I'll tell you now, like, I built, I think, a whole month and a half before I injured my ankle in this training block. And when I hurt my ankle, I felt defeated as fuck. Like, I was like, man, all that work, I felt like it just went down the drain when because I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to be out. I don't know how bad my ankle is. I don't know, so all the negative thoughts started pouring in. And then, I reached out to the homies that are actually been running before me and trying to get advice from them. And, they kind of talked me off the ledge. So all I did was just, Kobe style, just attack the rehab, attack the, icing and all that stuff like that. Make sure that I did everything I needed to do, and I'm back. So
Hey,
I think getting over that hill of negativity was the hardest part, you know. But everyone, just like, you know, you can get through it. Things do happen to you, but you got to find a way to kind of brush it off. And I don't want to say just forget it, but you got to find a way to work through that, right? You just can't just let it eat you up inside and snowball. Because once you start snowballing, it's hard to stop.
Oh, definitely.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then so I'll rate mine a 9. My
Hey,
week
that's good.
was,
That's pretty
other
good.
than
Yeah,
work,
that's
I mean, everything else going into it is
Yeah.
cool.
That's good.
But yeah, John, how was your week, man?
Honestly, listening you guys talk, I'm kind of trying to think of like what I did this week other than work. You know, I mean, it started off good. Did the dad thing. Took my daughter for her first guitar lesson, so that was awesome. And then work. I think the whole week up until yesterday, huh?
Yeah.
We got some husband and wife time. We went out last night.
Yeah,
There was
awesome.
the brewery down the street had their anniversary, so we stopped there first, and then then we went out last night. Had a great time. All in all, good week.
Good vibes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about what I did. You know, like I said, I was listening to you guys. I'm like, what did I do this week? That was different than, but
Your meeting?
huh?
Your meeting at work?
Oh yeah, I had a weird meeting, but that was it. I mean, good week. Good
Hey,
week.
I mean,
Definitely good week.
When you're parents and you work, especially when you guys have your own business stuff, you kind of everything just blurred into a work.
To one
one-
day.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
day.
it's all one day.
Probably
Yeah,
one big
like
day.
we're like, what day is it again? And we're thinking, and that's why we rely so much on our calendars, because it's like if I don't have anything put down, I don't know what I'm doing that day. 'Cause
Exactly.
then I lost or I forget something. But yeah, I mean, good week. I don't think anything too bad. So definitely a 9.
Awesome,
That's
awesome.
a good week.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, and Jackie?
My week, I would say, I mean, I worked. I got some, odd clients again, but that's like not brand new.
Yeah.
So I get to hear, I become people's therapist. I guess I let people like, get comfortable with me because I feel like that's the way that I can help them. And, just like, let me know what you need help with. Because a lot of people come to me and they're like, try to put up like a front. And I'm like, I know that's not what you're trying to accomplish. Like, what really is it? So people will just kind of lay down their problems and I'm just kind of absorbing it. But this week, it was something like that. Like, I had a couple clients that were just kind of like, I need this, I need that, but I don't want to sound too crazy. And I'm just like, okay.
But
I'll
I'm sure.
help
I'm sure that that's kind of what you guys get usually, right? Like,
Yeah, we do. But there's some weeks that are like totally just like easy peasy. And then there's other weeks where it's like, it's a little mental struggle because, again, I'm hearing all their problems. I'm carrying that on. So by the time that they leave, my energy is like drains because they took all my energy. But at the end of the day, I feel somewhat accomplished because I'm like, okay, they're leaving feeling better and leaving feeling like I'm going to come back type of thing, So that was my week. And then, I mean, being a mom, just trying to get them like ready to get back to school, start thinking like, hey guys, you guys only got a couple more weeks left and then that's it, and my oldest is a junior. So she's thinking like, college, mom, what are we doing? We're supposed to do like a West Coast trip down the coastline to see her colleges because we did it on the East Coast. So this year we were going to do it on the West Coast, but they were both had injuries. So that kind of slowed everything down. And, it's kind of been like that until yesterday where we had a little break, a little tiny break. So yeah, we went to the brewery, the Serpent one, and then to Final, the one that just opened up down the street. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then we ended up at Huntington Beach, right?
Yeah,
we're like, let's just go.
We're on a whim, like let's just go.
Yeah,
And we just
but
left
literally
that.
by like 12, we're like, bro, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my week, I'd say like a 9 too.
That's good.
That's
good.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. It's always good when you have those good weeks because you can kind of reflect and because I don't know how often, but for me too, it's like you don't know when you're gonna get those great weeks.
Yeah.
Usually, especially when you're working and you're stressed, and then when you get into the weeds of things that when I'm talking about, like when your kids are in school, they have sports, you have your own stuff that you need to take care of. Everything kind of gets blurred, and all you know is you wake up, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Go to sleep, you wake up, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and by that time, it's like 2 months has passed,
Yeah.
right? And you have nothing to show for it, other than my kids got to do what they got to do, and I got to.
They
work.
got the accomplishment
Yes.
awards.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so it's like, and I think those are those times where you get those little wins where, you know, you guys got the time out, like, and I took my wife out, and or when you get your time to yourself and you get to do, you know, things that you want to do, you got to kind of reflect back to those and kind of cherish those little moments.
Yeah.
Kind of use that for motivation for the
Oh,
storm to
absolutely.
come, I
Yeah.
guess you could say, you know?
Yeah.
So, but all right, man. Well, I do have a little PSA, a little quote before we start. And this is kind of towards the building business. Rock bottom becomes the foundation I build my business on. And usually when, I'm not sure how you guys built your business, but I'm sure when you do start, there's a little foundation you have to build before you can start building anything that you want or how you envision your business to be. Not sure how, and we'll get into your story and how you guys started up and stuff like that, but I'm kind of intrigued to figure out how you guys started it, like what was the thinking behind it, and then how did you guys attack it to kind of make it real, you know? That'll be great for everyone to hear. So just to start off, a little easy softball. What made you want to become an entrepreneur?
If I'm being completely honest, I hated getting to work on time. I hated being on somebody else's time. And I didn't like...
I relate.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. We are working on that. But that was one of the biggest issues. And then also when my kids were sick, having to ask for permission, like, hey, I have to take my kids to the doctor, or they're getting an award, can I go? That was my biggest thing. I mean, for me, I know everybody else does it, and that's why sometimes I feel selfish saying that, because there's other parents that, you know, still have to deal with that. But for me, that was the main thing. And one, because my oldest, she has, like, I don't want to say a weak immune system, but she's the one to get sick more often. So with her, I'd constantly have to be out, and she gets sick with bronchitis. So it wasn't just like one day. I needed like a couple days. And then, you know, yeah, my bosses would be understandable, but then when I would come back, I'd get like the faces, I'd get like, this wasn't done, this, that, because they would only rely on me. And I'm like, you have other employees that you can do it, like, why are you just relying on me? But I knew that was my responsibility, because I was like their, you know, their right hand man at that point, you know. So I knew I had that. But honestly, that was one of the main reasons, like having to be under somebody for, you know, when I needed things to be done. And then aside from that, I mean, my field was working with attorneys as a paralegal. And then I got to see, like, not to talk shit on the attorneys, but there is like a lot of people that didn't have the money to be able to afford them. So they would go for the consultation, and then they would leave like feeling like discouraged, because like, how can I make my monthly payment to you when I can barely afford my living costs, type of thing, you know? So that was another thing that inspired me, like, hey, maybe I can offer these services on the side to people that can't afford the attorney, you know? So that's how kind of got together. But it took a long time for me to actually go on my own. It took like 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure building or even getting the confidence to figure out that you can do that and you want to do that, because you get those little voices in your head like, can I really do this? Do I really want to do this? You know, how is, you know, and then the fear of like, how do I do it?
Yeah.
You know,
Especially your mind will definitely get you with the no's a lot bigger. The no's are
Faster.
louder. Yeah, they're louder in your head than, you know.
It comes faster than you actually saying yes to something. It's already like, you know, giving you.
Yeah,
little
you already
doubts
have
about
all
it.
the reasons as to a no. Then
Yeah.
you have more reasons of a no than more reasons of a yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then John, how did you? I'm not sure how long you've been in tax preparing and all stuff like that. Was that something that you figured out?
Honestly, I kind of just fell into it. We have a colleague, I guess you can say, that was hosting her courses or whatever. She was introducing that, and then I was like, all right, let's do it, you know? Because I mean, when we fell on to doing all this other stuff, we were already established with that already. So it was already like a full blown business at that point. And then I fell into it, and I kind of love this instead. It's nice, it's interesting. I have a whole new understanding of what actual taxes are like when you're preparing them. So it's great. I love it. It's nice. And same reasons. I mean, just being on our own, I haven't asked like for anything, you know, even though sometimes it kind of does feel that way, because if you schedule your clients that week, it's kind of like, oh man, now I have to be there, because like now that's my income. So like it goes into that. But But for the most part, I mean, it's that great flexibility of being able to be there for your kids and
Mhm.
also provide for them as well, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then also, I mean, I'm not. Your daughters are older.
Mhm.
How do they feel, or have you guys talked to them about like you guys actually building your own business and then them noticing the freedom you guys have to be there for them whenever they need you, that type of stuff? Like, is that something that they notice and they kind of voice that to you guys about how? I'm sure they have friends and their parents, some parents can't make it to their stuff
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
work and all that stuff like that. So
Yeah.
They've definitely said it. I mean, they definitely brought it up to our attention, and sometimes I think they take advantage of it.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause they're like, can you just stay home?
Yeah, like you can just stay home. Like
Can you
have,
cancel your client?
yeah, like
And
you
I'm
have your own
bro,
business. Like stay home.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
And I'm like, I still gotta pay for all this stuff that you are
Yeah.
requesting.
Yeah.
Like, I need to work.
it's
yeah.
never enough, huh? It's never
It's
enough.
never
It isn't.
enough,
It really
man.
isn't.
No.
But it did change for a little bit because I would say like the beginning years, since we were a little slow and kind of getting our bearings in, because I mean, I already had a whole client base before I even opened up the shop, like, our front. So I already had clients and we were just working remotely because it was mainly like during COVID. So it was working fine. And I was at home with the girls working. So they got really used to me being home and working.
Yeah.
And then it was easier for me to just schedule clients electronically instead of at the office. So at the beginning, like I was rarely at the office. It was just like if I had a client, then I would show up. So they got used to it. So now that I'm like working more and being at the office more, they're just like, why are you not home why are you home so late? Why are you not here or this or that? And why did it change? It's like, well, I'm growing and you're growing and your expenses are only growing more,
Never gets lower. It
Yeah,
gets
they-
higher.
it doesn't. And I'm
Especially
just
if
like,
they
oh
want to do
my
X,
God.
Y, like they want to do so many things at once. It's like it's judo, it's softball, it's guitar lessons now, and it's like these things aren't cheap. They don't
Yeah.
come at a free
Yeah.
cost, unfortunately. So yeah, so they keep us busy with
With
so.
their things, and that's
But
what
it's
I
like-
explained to them. I'm
Yeah.
like last year, like the last 2 years, we traveled a lot with judo. So I did tell them, like, do you remember everything that we traveled? I had to work hard to be able to get us to do this. And not only that, when we travel, I'm still working.
Yeah, we took our
Still
laptops
taking
with-
calls
yeah.
and working whenever there's like a little bit of downtime. Like I'm working.
Yeah, that's the life of a working parent. I mean, at least you guys are able to travel and
Yeah.
also do
Yeah.
things you guys got to do. So, yeah, like I said, kids just they. I think I posted a quote the other day, like, I wish they realize how hard you have to work
Yeah.
to get them to wherever
Yeah.
the life they're living,
Yeah.
right?
But then I think about us growing up. Like, did I really see that? When
No,
my parents
and I would say this 100%. Like all the stuff that I've given to or have worked hard for my kids and shown them and stuff they want to do, sports, things they want, like they actually want to do as in hobbies and stuff. I was like, my parents, my grandparents would have been like, no, deal with it, like that type of stuff. And I'm like, I look at them, I'm like, man, you guys are so lucky. Like just the trips we've had and all the stuff like that. Yeah.
I think that's like the double-edged sword of it.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You want the better for your kids, and you give them the better, but then you don't get, I guess, the recognition that it's not like you're asking for the recognition, but
Yeah.
at least a little bit of understanding. I guess. I
thank
guess
you
that's
every
what it
now
was.
and then.
Yeah.
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 Well, you know what they have. There's been moments where they'll take a second, and I think more so with her, which I love to hear it as a dad, like where they say, "Thank you, mom. Like I appreciate everything that you're doing," or like sometimes like I think when was it? I got like, was it Father's Day? Whatever. Well, they wrote me something. They wrote me like a nice little letter, and they told me thank you for everything. And I'm like, I almost cried from reading it because I was like, damn, like I thought you guys weren't paying attention. I thought you guys weren't noticing anything, or like I thought that you guys were just like, oh, dad gives me this and that's it, because that's the way things are or something, But yeah, like so, I think they do show it, just not as often as we would like.
I think this last time they bought us things when we left for the
yeah. So I
certification.
had to do something in Vegas for training. So we were gone for like it was only 3 days. But when we came back, they told my mother-in-law to take them to go shopping. So they bought us something.
Oh, cool.
Got
They got
a
me-
water pressure.
Yeah, I got a pressure
Be proud.
washer.
Oh,
I was like, it was on my like to get list because I wash my own car. Like I just love washing my car. And then I was like, that was all my things to get. But it's like time gets busy, so I never bought it. And then like they knew I wanted it somehow, so then they
That's
ended up-
awesome.
They ended up going out with their own money, and they're like, "I'm broke now, Dad," and I'm
Oh,
like,
thank
"Okay,
God.
I'm sorry."
I'm sorry.
Welcome to my world.
I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then yeah, they got you something. What-
Yeah, they got me like a Pandora bracelet.
Oh yeah. So they went
And a
out
little
shopping.
cow from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
they do. It's just like I said. It's just I think as parents, you kind of want to be like, do you really appreciate what we're doing for you?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that he said, double-edged sword. It's like you're so happy that you're doing it for them, but you're also like, I wish you would have seen how I grew up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
remind them sometimes. I'll
Yeah.
tell them like, you have no idea how lucky you have it. I was like, I did not have the same things, but
And then you start thinking about too, like how I must have been miserable as a kid. Like, you know, like just thinking about like why do I think like I was happy as a kid? Like just seeing. Obviously, we went through life and we made the best of everything we had. Right.
Mhm.
As a kid, that's all you think about, your imagination, and you just try to make the best of it. But I started realizing, I'm like, man, if they saw us when we were kids, they'd probably think we were poor. Like, or we don't do shit. You know.
Yeah.
But it was also different times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
different
also-
times.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah, man, these kids are so lucky.
yeah,
They're so lucky.
yeah. I did not grow up the same way as they're growing up. Definitely
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
All right. So, as entrepreneurs, what is something no one warned you about?
The haters.
Ooh.
No one really said like, hey, when you go out there, just know there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna cheer for you, but realistically are hoping that you're not gonna do as good as they're doing or better, or just that you're gonna get out there.
Mhm.
Because there's a lot of haters, and you won't notice a lot of sometimes it can be mentors that are like
Smiling in your face.
smiling in your
Yeah.
face, but it's like wishing that that it's
you-
not
that
yeah
you don't succeed.
That you don't succeed.
Yeah. And sometimes it's even like other business owners are like, you know,
Yeah.
like, and you're just like, hey, I mean, we should be working together. We shouldn't be working against each other. Because I'm more like, hey, we can all succeed. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if, like, and if
Yeah.
someone else wants to become an entrepreneur or start their own business or whatever they want to do, and they come to us for advice, I'm like, oh yeah, dude, like this is what I know. I'll give you the steps. Like here you go. You know?
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you can do it, like that's great. It's a beauty to it. You know, you're able to like do more. And I mean, it's not easy
Yeah.
by any means, but it's doable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you have like a dream and you're chasing it. Like you just
Yeah.
go
There's
for
a
it,
lot
you
of
know?
gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Oh,
man,
I
Those
would
are the
for
haters.
sure,
Yeah. Gatekeepers.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
And you talk about haters; they're everywhere.
Mhm.
Even like I want. I mean, calling out all the haters, right? Even in our space, and even when you are building something, like when we first started this podcast thing, like I have a lot of connections. I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of acquaintances. I have people who just in general that I support, right?
Right.
Even when they post stuff on Instagram, I'll repost it without even thinking about it. I just repost it, and it's that simple to be able to support somebody. And I'm not asking you to give me money. I'm not asking you to finance my business. I was
Mhm.
like a simple repost,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a simple comment on it, like fire emojis,
Little support or whatever.
moral
Yeah,
support, that type of
Even
stuff.
a like. Even a
Yeah,
like.
Even a
like,
like,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
and the thing is, like, I tell everybody, like, I see that you see my post.
Yeah.
Because on Instagram, it shows me that you saw it. So you telling me that you didn't see it doesn't work anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
I can
Oh,
see
like,
now.
Yeah, like, oh, I didn't see
I
it.
can see who interacted.
Right? And it's so, like, I have people who like my stuff all the time, and then I have those people who I know who've seen it and just don't like it. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like, it's like
Yeah.
me, if I know you're interested in it or you're promoting something, I'm liking it, I'm reposting it.
Yep.
I'll go the extra mile, even comment on it, like, blah, 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 all that stuff. But it's like, it's never reciprocated from
Oh, yeah,
other
no.
people. And it's crazy to me.
Yeah, and then you don't want to sound too much as like, I need validation, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
not that. It's just like, hey, I support you. Why can't you do the same?
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
And I've said this a million times on this thing. I'm like, I know who you are. Like, we're friends. Like, I see you all the that type of stuff. But like, we text back and forth sometimes, and it's like, you guys don't do, like, you guys don't repost. There's no like, no comment, like, not even nothing. It's like, and then to me, like, I started thinking about it. I started going down like a rabbit hole. Like, do they even really support me? Like, do they even really like care, kind of thing? But then you don't want to start sounding like stuff like that. So I just said, you know what? it is what it is at this point. It's like I know what I do, I know how
Yeah.
I am, and I'm just gonna keep doing who I am. And,
Yeah.
let the chips fall where they may, kind of
Right.
thing.
Yeah,
you know?
I
definitely.
think that's just how it has to be. You just kind of like don't
Yeah.
put too much mind to it and just focus on whatever it
Yeah.
is that you're doing. Focus
Yeah.
on that, and
Mhm.
eventually everything else will just make its way. You know, I mean, that's just how it has to
Yeah,
be.
but it sucks when it's friends. 'Cause
Yeah.
No,
it's like
that's my point.
friends
It's-
or family. It's like, bro, whether you like what I'm doing or whether I'm doing it right or wrong, like you're just supposed to be behind me. You know what I
Yes.
mean? The same
Yeah.
way I'm behind you. But
Yep.
when it's strangers, like our other businesses, like, oh wow, it is what it is. You know, like I'm gonna grow on our own or with the community behind me, type of thing. But when it's like family. Or for me, I just feel like when they don't support me or like show support, I should say, but then they call me to whenever they need
Ask.
something.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Like I'm like, wait a minute, you don't like my post, you won't share, you won't even like none of that. But then when you need something, I'm the first person you call. Like,
and then
"Hey,
they make
Jackie,
you. They
do
make
this."
sure to make you understand. Like, I need you to bend over backwards for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or they
Yeah.
want it for free.
Yeah. That.
Yeah,
no,
that's-
so-
They want the friend text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I know how much you charge, but what is the family price?
What is the
Yeah. Or I say my price and they're like, oh, wow, like really? And then I know that they call other places because
Yeah.
then they'll be like, okay, well, let me tell so-and-so and I'll get back to you. All right. A couple days pass and then they get back to me to do it. And I'm like, yeah, you know, like
Mhm.
other people are going to charge you what it really is. And
Yeah.
from what I know on my end for the business, I'm one of the most like economic charging person because a lot of like my business friends, colleagues are like, you charge so little, and I'm like, but this is what my community or my clients can afford.
Yeah.
You know, like why my main thing, well, one of the main things was how I saw how a lot of clients were getting ripped off working with attorneys or things like that. So I'm like, why am I going to step into those same shoes that led me to want to open this? You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I still have to make a living and put food on the table. So I'm going to charge a reasonable price, but I'm
Of
also
course,
not going
yeah.
to go
and, that,
and like,
and
you
I
know?
think that's one thing that people don't understand when you're looking at big businesses. Like, they can lower their prices on a lot of shit and still be rich.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
like you're doing it, like people can do that, but they just don't want to. They just
Mhm.
they're just the greed. It's it's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I think once money and power become the center of their focus, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, how did being an entrepreneur change your relationships with partners, friends, and family? Is there anything else you guys want to? Because you guys just answered that. Is there anything you want to add to that?
I mean, with us, it's made us stronger. I mean,
Yeah, as a couple, it's made us stronger.
It's made us
Yeah.
stronger. We're more focused. We shoot ideas to each other all the time. So
Oh,
like, it's
awesome.
it's kind of, I don't know. I mean,
Like we push each other
we push
in a
each other.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're always telling each other something. And we're always giving us like little,
Ideas. Like if I
ideas,
can't do this because of my license, I tell him like you do it. Like it's like he's my process server. When I used to go and serve like divorces or custody papers, there was times where like baby mamas would be like, "Oh, so you're the new girl that he's dating," and I'm like, "No,
Oh.
dude, this is my client," you
Yeah.
know. Or like they would let me know like, "Hey, my baby daddy's a little crazy. Just be careful, this and that." So that was like, okay, I can't be doing this. Let me. I need somebody. I need to either hire somebody, and this is before he was doing it. And I'm like, you know what? Like, let's just go get your process server license. Like, you do it for me because I'm running into these issues, and not only that, like putting me at risk because I don't know who I'm dealing with. You know.
having costumes?
No.
You thought about it.
Yeah.
You thought about it.
Like what is it like Pineapple Express? Yeah. When I first got it, I was like, that's exactly what running through my head. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna start like dressing up. I gotta get a little costume regimen going.
He's like, he got 2-3 wigs.
Yeah.
He's got a chaleco.
Yeah.
uniform, nurse uniform, nurse scrubs. You know.
Lab coat.
Well, one day I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna post it. I finally did it. I finally just said someone. They don't see me coming ever though.
Yeah.
Ever. I'm like, and I've gone through like businesses where people were like, I guess they'll like stop it. I'm just like, I just pretend like I work there.
Yeah.
I just go through there, and I'm like, hey, aren't you? And then they're like, yeah. Oh, here you go.
Oh,
and they, and they hate me so bad. But like, but no, I mean, to this day, I haven't had like anything too bad. Dirty looks for sure, but
No, like altercation or anything.
no,
No.
nothing
Okay.
too bad. I mean, thankfully. But
Yeah.
if the day comes, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah,
hopefully-
and I was
hopefully
like,
not, but-
yeah, for sure. But
Yeah, I may have to start dressing up.
Yeah, that's all I got.
He's so
Dude, I was like,
costumes.
dude, I wish I was hoping that you were gonna have like a story or something.
Oh, I put on a fake mustache and he's got like some sideburns.
When the day comes out, I'll make
When
sure.
the
Your nose is bleeding.
That'd be good.
Oh, I thought your nose was bleeding.
Oh
I
no.
got too excited right there.
No,
Oh, no, for real.
Oh.
I think it was a little dot there.
You
Um,
can cut that out.
Yeah, cut that part out, dude. Yeah, don't give me my nose.
You want to be favorite? You want to just check the phone and see if it's recording?
Yeah, give me some.
This whole time.
I know. Imagine. Yeah, it sucked because we had one thing happen to us one time too, where you good? Yeah, where we recorded an episode. I didn't press play, and all we had was the audio for Apple Podcasts. So we missed that whole visual. Like it was, I think it was our third or fourth episode we were gonna record.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And like I said, it was just trial and error. It's just one of those things where like I have to remember to do stuff, and sometimes it doesn't happen because we're either talking while we're setting up,
Yeah.
and I think I did it, and we just go straight into the episode, and I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
So I just like to check,
No,
sometimes.
no, you have your checklist. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think with every, I mean,
I think with everything.
we have our checklist. Like whenever I'm doing something, like I have
Yeah.
to make sure I knock these things out. So like, okay, cool, I did it right.
Yeah.
I knocked everything.
It's like
out.
double checking.
Yeah, double
Yeah.
triple checking. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the mental health part. Did success look different than you imagined?
I think so, because when you think success, you think everything's gonna be just smooth after that. Like, oh, I made it and this and that. But I feel like, I think we're still working at it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel successful, and I feel like we've been successful because now we have like our shop and everything just kind of came together. But I feel like because we're still trying to build onto it and add more services than what I already have. I feel like success is just you just got to keep going. Like there is no stopping. And that, I feel like you think success and you're like, okay, that's it, I'm done, it's just gonna work on its own. And it's like it does, or at least not for my business. I can't just like sit back and be like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
successful. No, it's like every day
Yeah.
you
Still
gotta
working
keep
towards it.
working. Yeah, there's
From what I hear, it's not like a finish line, but more of the journey that keeps going on.
Yeah.
Some days are hard, some
Yeah.
days are easy.
And then we're always throwing in new goals and new things that we want to do. So I feel like that's why it never feels like we're done.
Oh,
But not in a bad way, like in a good way. Because
but it's a good.
Yeah, it's good because
um,
we're always just trying to do something more. Like, and like
Mhm.
for me, it's great. Like I want to be able to
Yeah.
do more and add on to things. And like I said, we keep bouncing off ideas to each other, and we're like, you know what, this is one thing maybe we're gonna start doing next year or like next month or whatever it is. But yeah, I mean,
I think maybe I'll feel like super successful once I've retired.
yeah, once
Yeah,
Yeah.
just because it just keeps going. Because I
Mhm.
mean, for like entrepreneurs, like we really can't stop working, because you stop working, guess what? You're not getting clients coming
Yes.
in, And for us, is our team is just me and him. So if I don't go to work, I mean, we don't get anything, type
Yeah.
of thing, So I think maybe once we grow a little more, where I can have employees, it'd probably could be good. But it's just really hard to trust people, and I'm really like, I like things to get done a certain way, and there's only certain things that we can do because I'm not an attorney, so I know like my boundaries on what we can do and stuff like that. So hiring other people, and I feel like at some point for me, I'm just like, let me just do it instead of teaching you.
Yeah.
Let me just do it myself. It's taking me more time, and that's what's happened. Where I'm like, I'm gonna teach you so that you can help me. And he's shadowing me, and he's just like, you're not even letting me do it. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Let me just
Let me just do it real quick.
let me just do it real quick.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that's the leadership learning. I'm definitely going through that at work now, taking more on of a leader role. Having to have your subordinates do the things
Yeah.
without you being there. I think one good thing, I don't know if you want to take it, the one thing that I do is I'll show them how to do it, and I'll show them how to do it a couple times, and then the third time I make myself here, and then I step away. But you also gotta allow them to do the mistakes themselves
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
You know,
'cause no
because
one's
then
gonna
that's
be
how you
perfect.
learn. That's how
I call it
how I learn.
when you teaching the baby to swim, you just
Oh.
throw him in.
No,
That's how.
That's how I
mean,
learned.
That's
Yeah.
definitely how I learned
Yeah.
too in my
Yeah,
in my industry for sure.
Yeah, for me, like stepping into getting promoted as supervisor, it's like I built the success off of how I ran my department, right? And I always have this conversation with my boss. It's like it's so hard for me to hand over my baby that I just created, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I know all the ins and outs. I know how to run it. I know it runs well while I'm overseeing it. And to give that to somebody and say and look behind them like, are you doing a great job? And I'm like, I get nervous. Like, is it going to be good? Because then it's a reflection off of me too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If something were to
Yes.
happen.
Yeah.
So that I think my leadership style is I don't like to micromanage, right? So I don't like to be over somebody's shoulder after I teach you how to do something and like making sure you do right. To me, it's just like, all right, we go over it. I show you, I watch you do it, and then I just throw you in the water. And then depending if you sink or swim, all right, you sink. I'm going there to save you, and then we'll go over it again and throw you again,
Yeah.
So that's how I feel, and I think a lot of people like that. There's the occasional my reports too that need the micromanaging, that you need to be there. But then most of the people they just like to be left alone and like, all right, I can do it, that type of stuff. So
Yeah, we're definitely different because I over explain things.
yeah,
A little too much, and I can get it, and I see it like on their in their eyes. They're like,
Where
okay,
you
you've
lo-
already
you
said
lose
this
them.
like
Yeah.
4 or 5
Yeah.
times. But to me, I feel like if I've told you everything and then you still make the mistake, like now it's not on me.
Yeah,
like
it's on
I've
you.
told you
Mhm.
already.
Yeah.
But and not to like take away blame off of me, but I guess that's how they've been like how my subordinates learn. And I've noticed that now. In the beginning, obviously it's hard because they don't really know it.
Yeah.
But then once you start seeing like, okay, now they're on their own, and I feel like for me stepping back, as opposed to like being right on them, makes a difference for me at least. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's 100.
Well, no, I think like you learn from the mistakes, and I think that's what they have to do. And I mean, we have our mistakes, like definitely. Like I mean, me personally, like straight off the bat, it wasn't always 100% of what I did or whatever it was, But you learn from it, and you're like, okay, I know not to do that again. Like, okay, or I learned how to resolve issues by making the mistakes.
Yeah.
So I think eventually we will have employees in our office, but it's just having the acceptance of saying, hey, they're gonna make mistakes, but it's all right. We're
Yeah.
gonna make sure they
Yeah.
learn it
Yeah.
and get to the point so that now we can have the freedom to do other things. 'Cause
Yeah.
Oh,
The freedom
boy.
that we were reaching for.
yeah, the
Yeah.
freedom we're reaching for
Yeah.
it because, like I said, we want to do other things, and in order for us to do that, we have to make sure that this is well established.
Yeah,
this
that
is
this is
working.
well
So we can step
established.
away. At least, like, I mean, we're not gonna completely step away, but to the point where, okay, look, now we can do this.
Yep.
know,
Now
we
you
do
can
that.
go out and be like, hey, I don't have to worry about the office because there'll be
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
in place.
Some-
Somebody's
Yeah.
there to answer the phone.
Yeah.
So I
Someone's
don't
there to
have to
answer
worry about
phones,
it.
answer the
Yeah.
questions that we like have to answer, and just like you guys, I mean, now you're in a whole different role. Like now you have the opportunity to do what, without like
Yes.
having that ability to step away.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Have you guys struggled with anxiety while running your guys' business?
I mean, yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
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 It's definitely nerve wracking because
Yeah.
people come to you and they expect you to know everything, right?
Mhm.
And then to do everything right, and and so it's scary when you're like doing all these things and then having to submit them and like, all right, let's make sure that's 100%. So yeah, it's definitely scary.
I don't think the
Yeah.
anxiety, at least like in our field, I don't think it ever goes away.
Mm-mm.
And it's just every case is different. Every
Yeah.
case is
Yeah.
going to require something else. So every time I submit something, I'm like praying, please let it go through, or like hopefully it gets approved, or I don't get a rejection, or if it is a rejection, it's something minor that can be fixed and not have to explain to the client, hey, I effed up or something,
Yeah.
But I feel like that anxiety just comes with like wanting to continue having that same quality, because I have a lot of returning clients. So it's like, I feel like I have to maintain that quality. I don't want them to see like, oh, she's been, doing it for so long and now she's lacking or something type of thing, But that anxiety, at least for me, doesn't leave, especially when I do immigration cases. Those are the ones where I'm like, oh my God, especially now, I'm like, hopefully they
Yeah.
don't get rejected because they just spent so much money, not even on my fees, but immigration fees. And hopefully like it goes smoothly and, nothing comes back negatively. And then when they do, it's like, shit, now I have to face that with the client,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. We really care about our work. We wanna
Yeah.
'cause-
I care about my clients.
Yeah, I care about our work,
Yeah.
our clients. We want to make sure that like they come back. They
that
come
they
back and they're
come
happy with
back.
our services, and
But that's how you
Yeah.
grow, though. I mean,
Yeah, that's how-
you-
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to compare you guys to other because I haven't used tax preparations or anything like that or legal services, but when you just go to like restaurants or like a mom and pop, like how they detail and give you the way they make their food, and usually it's consistent year by year by year. And then you go to like a fast food chain, it's like you go to this spot, the cook might be really good there.
Yeah.
You go to another spot, the cook
It's
might
not
not give a
the-
shit.
Might be-
Yeah, you know,
yeah,
that type of
yeah.
shit. So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
quality is always should be there, and if you guys do that, I'm sure you guys will keep growing and
Yeah.
and having your customers come back, because that is something people do look for, is just the quality of the work, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what I look for. If your
Yeah.
quality is great, I don't really. To me, the price, you know, it could be high, but if you're giving me good quality, I mean, well, what am I
Yeah.
gonna, you know? That's what you pay for, right?
And that's what we get clients that they return, and I've had clients become friends. Like they just, you know, that comfortableness, and I've had, like I said, clients become friends, or even colleagues become, you know, friends. But it's that same quality, and yeah, it just the anxiety is always going to be there, but it's not like that anxiety where everybody thinks like it's like you're like shaking or like oh my god. It's just like. It's just there in the back burner, and
Yeah.
it's gonna stay there.
Yeah, it's not like
until my
crippling
cases
or
are
anything like that.
over.
It's, yeah, it's more like you're just like you want to make sure you do everything right, and you're kind of like nervous about it, but not to the point where it stops us. You know?
Yeah.
It's just more like, you know, I really care about what I'm doing. I'm in it for the right reasons, I think, and like my wife says, it's like we want to make sure we provide a good service and affordable service, and so that way people can, you know, actually afford these things. Versus
Yeah.
when they're going
Yeah.
out and they're like they can't even, they want the help but they can't get it.
Yeah.
You know? So like.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just it's more of like subtle,
It's
subtle,
there.
subtle anxiety, but it's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Have you ever questioned whether you should quit as you were building what you guys were doing?
I think we've had those times.
We've had
We've
those-
had those
I've
times
had
for
those
sure.
moments,
Yeah,
yeah.
where you're like, should I just stop? Like, I can definitely make a consistent amount somewhere else, maybe like of what I'm doing, where not having to worry of like finding clients, but I mean, thankfully we haven't, we
Yeah,
haven't given up
no.
yet. No.
Well, was that like a conversation between both of you guys? Like, we need to sit down, like, hey, if we're gonna do this, we're going.
No.
Or was it like?
I think it's been more like a self thing. Like
Yeah.
I've thought about it in my head, like, you know what? Like especially when it's like been a slow season, and then I mean, I think for me it was just like recently when my daughter was injured, and then we kind of had to shut down. So to me it was like, okay, I'm not making any revenue right now, or I am, but not what I'm normally making. Like, should I just go back to work and I won't have to worry about having to catch up on bills or anything like that? Like, it's gonna be a consistent check coming in and coming out, you know. But then I'm like, nah, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we can't quit. No, and that's why we like. I think we work so well together. Just we kind of support each other.
That's
when
good.
we have
Yeah.
those
You need
moments.
that.
We're like,
Really
hey,
good,
it's,
yeah.
it's gonna be all right. Like,
Yeah.
it sucks right now, but we're gonna get through it. It's just what we have
It's
to go
just
through
part
right
of
now. It's
it,
part of it,
yeah.
you know. And it does feel that way sometimes, where you're like, especially in those moments where you're like, damn, like I could probably just go back to work because this is probably a lot easier to earn income. But
Yeah.
yeah, we.
That's good that you're cognizant about that too.
Mhm.
Like, hey, you want the success and you're always expecting the success, but that also comes with those lows too. That,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
yeah. And that's another thing. I think with anybody that is looking to start a business or anything like that, you're gonna have those times, unless you're like super fortunate or whatever the field you're in. But I think you're gonna have those times because off the bat, like you can be well prepared and have everything set, everything ready, but you know you're gonna have those moments where like I'm not making anything, or like it's not coming in as
Yeah.
what I thought in my head, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you just got to keep grinding it out, you know. It's not easy, but
Yeah,
you
100%.
just got to keep grinding it out.
Well, I mean, if you guys keep your
Uh,
support the way you guys have, I mean, you always have to
Yeah.
have somebody in the background, or you know, when one person is having those doubts creep in or a little bit, then you have the other partner is the one, you know, motivating you, kind of pushing you to be like, no, you need to get that out of here. Like we're gonna go,
Yeah.
we're gonna do this, right? And that's how you stay successful.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
You
we
need that.
just kind of keep pushing each other. Like,
Mhm.
no, like it sounds fine. Yeah, finding another job, but then what was all this for?
There you go. Yeah.
What was, why,
Yeah.
why do we spend
And
all
then
this time?
I've heard like some people, it does happen to them where they did have a business and it wasn't for them, so they just went back to working for somebody else. And I'm like, well, that's cool, but not for me.
Yeah, and it's not for everybody else. And
Yeah.
respect to the people who work. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing bad about it. I mean, you got people, you know, with really good jobs, and it's great, you
Mhm.
know. But
Yeah.
it's just
And I think
Yeah.
too, though, being an entrepreneur, it's like when you find something that that relates to you, you're like your core, right? I guess, your motivation to do something, it's much easier to. I'm not say easier, but it's much more. You get much more motivation to create that space that you want to be in, other than somebody trying to look for something and like, oh, I want to be a barber, but I'm not really. That's not something I really like to do. But hey, you know, it makes money.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that
guess
type of stuff.
It's that cliche, right? Like,
Yeah.
do what you love. Obviously, you guys like helping people. You guys
Mhm.
like doing it for, you know, an affordable, a service to the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm assuming that's what's driving you guys.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
For sure. Or else you guys would
Yeah.
get a regular job.
Yeah.
Or hike up our prices.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we try to stay there. I mean, it's like you said, it's I love to help people, but also,
Yeah.
hey, we got to put food on the table. You know?
Yeah,
Oh,
I gotta
of
pay
course.
the office rent.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 All right. Let's move on. What is the biggest fear you still carry?
Just like 1 month not having one client. That is my biggest fear, where I'm not going to be able to make my overhead bills. That is my biggest thing. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a fear. I don't know.
He's like, I don't fear anything.
He's like,
I think as
Like,
a
come at me,
man,
world.
I think as a man and a father and a husband, like I
He
think
can't show his fear.
I just
like
can't
Yeah.
show
fear,
it. You know,
yeah.
like I gotta keep going. Like no matter what, like I don't know. I guess the fear is not being able to provide for them. That's it.
Yeah.
Like because I think me, no matter what, I've always said like I'll carry on 3-4 jobs. Like if I have to put food on the table, if you have to have whatever it is that you need, like. So I guess that would be my fear, not being able to do that.
Cool.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, like having the inability to do that or something. You know.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think us as fathers, I think that is one thing that you hold on to for the rest of your life. It's just any little hiccup, any little bump is like I gotta keep going. Like I can't show them that I'm scared.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if I show them they're scared, they're really gonna be scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm the one,
Yeah.
like, if I'm the one panicking, like you know, like everyone's gonna be like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah.
No, it's
that's what
serious.
it is.
I gotta
It's
look at
serious.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's serious.
Yeah. So I think just you gotta. I don't know. It's just, I just can't.
Yeah,
I
no,
can't
100%.
quit.
Yeah.
Quit. You know, I'm not. It's like the
understand,
thing.
yeah.
I can't. I can't. Not,
Mhm.
You know. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
yeah.
How do you guys silence self doubt? Because I know it creeps in, even for me. Like when just in anything in life, right? When you're either doing something new, you pick up a new hobby, or you're going for a new, I guess I'll say
Even for your promotion,
a
when you have
promotion,
or whatever,
like, or
you know, yeah.
something you're trying to add to your business. Like I know there's always self doubt that creeps into anything, right? You do. How do you guys silence that? I guess.
We just do it.
Mm.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel
Pure
like we
grit,
just
okay.
do it.
Yeah. Just take the step, I guess. You know. 'cause
Yeah.
That doubt's always. It's not gonna go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, so you just gotta do it and know that failure is possible. But so what? It's better than not knowing. You know.
It's better to fail and then know what you need to do better to get.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
then not to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then be scared because you thought you were gonna fail, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
hey, it wasn't as bad as I thought. It
Yeah.
was really good, you know. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what got us. I mean, we
Uh-huh.
were scared. Like, we were like, are we actually gonna do this? Are we actually gonna be able to afford another rent payment, or or do all this stuff? Like, because it's like startup cost is insane, you know. So like,
Because we started with like almost nothing.
Almost
when we started
nothing,
the business. Like
yeah.
we didn't have like no savings or like, oh, this is just for like the startup business. It was just from one day to another. We're just like, we found the spot and we're like, okay, it is what it is. Let's do it. We
Let's do
paid
it,
the
yeah.
rent. I think it was like the first and last month that they had charged
Mhm.
us. And we're like, we'll figure it out as we go. But it was just kind of like excited. It's like, I'm more of that, like, just do it.
yeah, just do it. Yeah, it's just. fuck
It's
it,
either
man.
you sink or
Yeah.
swim.
Sink
or
And
swim,
we've
and
been
that's what-
swimming.
yeah.
We
Yeah, fuck it.
slow down.
Just going to the fire, dude. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's always the one that's like, babe, come on, like, let's think about it. I'm like, come on, we just gotta do it. We
Yeah.
just gotta do it. And I
That's
just
good,
do it.
man.
Yeah,
That's
because
good.
I mean, I'll admit, man. Sometimes I'm like, I question it. I'm like, ah, dude, like, I put it on my stomach. I'm like, oh, like, but then she's just like, so what? Let's just do it. I'm like, all right, you're right. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
And then
That's
it gets
good.
done, and I'm like, why did I even bother to question it? And I
Mhm.
now less and less, I just like, whatever, babe. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
You want to do it? Let's go run with it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out.
Yeah,
And
figure it out.
If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
at least
yeah.
you tried it.
At
right?
least we
Exactly.
tried,
So that's been
yeah.
our thing. Just run it. Just do it.
And I'm sure that is a great quality for your kids to see.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact for me too as well is like they watch you, they watch everything you do. They soak in all the the wise game that you are presenting them as
Yeah.
you're going through life, and that's a great quality to have. Just for them to succeed, them knowing like my parents did it. Like, why
Mhm.
am I going to be scared of anything?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If I want to do something, I'm gonna go do it. Like
Yeah.
that type of stuff. So
Yeah.
And we tell them that because they've questioned themselves, and I like it sucks to hear it, but like they'll be like, Dad, like what if it doesn't work out? What if I'm not good enough? I'm like, dude, who cares? Just run
Mhm.
it. Like you're gonna figure it out. And what if you're not? Like what if you're actually good at it? What if you're actually great? Question that. Like
Facts.
ask those questions. Don't ask the failure questions. 'Cause
Facts.
Yeah.
Failure is gonna happen no matter what. But like ask yourself
Yeah.
like, what if I'm actually good at this? What if I
Yeah.
actually can succeed?
mhm.
Like or say I am gonna win or I am gonna succeed at this because I want it. Ask yourselves those questions. Say those things to yourself because that's what's gonna push you.
Yep.
You know.
I tell my daughter that all the time when she tells me my oldest daughter, because she's the one that has like high anxiety. She's always been that way since she was little. But every time we have a conversation about something, like right now she's playing flag football, so she's like always like, I'm scared to do this. I'm scared. I'm like, who cares? Like,
Yeah.
just go out there and work hard, whether you make a mistake or not. You're never gonna know if you can do it,
Yeah.
right? Like, if you can't do it, then get better. Train. Ask your coach to help you out. Like, you know, if whatever you're doing, tell me. We'll work out in the backyard. Like, whatever you need to get better. And at the end of the day, as long as you're working hard, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
It's the type of thing you build your character on, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What is one setback that actually became a blessing?
I mean, I don't know. COVID was one of them, but
I mean, maybe COVID, when we first were going to open up, we were literally thinking, well, I was working with an attorney at first, and he was going to help me open up. We were going to like merge our offices. And it was maybe like a month or two before actually they shut down for COVID that we were
Yeah.
looking at places, and I was scouting places around, and we had found one. And I don't know what had happened on his end where he's like, you know, I think I'm going to have to slow down a little bit. And that's when, like, I think it was like March when COVID hit or something like
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then that was it. Everything had to
yeah.
shut down. We're like, well, I'm glad we didn't open
Yeah.
because
Now, yeah.
we
Yeah,
wouldn't have been able to
yeah,
do
because they
anything.
delayed it for like a year, and then she was still working from home, and luckily we were able to do that. But yeah, it delayed us for a bit, and we're like, oh man, thankfully we didn't
Yeah.
sign that contract.
Oh, that's
because
good.
We would have been
Yeah.
like screwed, but it worked out. I mean, I guess that's one thing. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a little
one of the
setback,
things
but
that setback. Yeah, but it was. I felt like all at it on its timing, because even the area that we were looking at, it wasn't even around here. It was more like San Bernardino area and stuff like that. I think it was just it wasn't meant for us. I think
Mhm.
at that time, and I did, for me personally, I felt like it was a setback because that same year I was turning 30. So in my head at 30, I wanted to be at a certain place. I had this goal, like at 30, I have my own, like, you know, my own location, and my business is going to be up because of the fact that I was already doing it on the side.
Yeah.
And 30 was coming, and I'm like, oh shoot, this looks further away than what I wanted it to be, you know? So I turning 30, I literally did feel like crap. Like I wasn't where I wanted to be or where I envisioned myself to be. I feel like I did take it hard. I don't even think I told him too much about it, just because I was like, it was like a personal thing, like, you know, because everybody has their goals at like the big numbers, you
Yeah.
know, and 30 for me was a big number, and I'm like, I'm not here yet. But I also had to understand, like, well, COVID wasn't my fault why
Yeah.
I'm not here.
Definitely.
Well, we were working towards it, and it could have happened, but no, it didn't.
And
you
then
know?
you don't know what would have happened if that did go through and
Correct.
COVID never happened, right? And you guys went in there, maybe it worked out, maybe it
And
didn't.
maybe it
Yeah.
didn't.
Maybe.
Now you're in a spot where it did work out, right? And
Yeah.
maybe it's just obviously, like the question said, it's a blessing in disguise, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's good. That's awesome. Okay, so we're getting to the closing part of the questions here. What message would you give someone who's thinking about starting a business?
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it, huh? Nike should sponsor me.
Yeah.
I know we're quoting.
We don't have a sponsor yet, but it could be you.
Yeah, it's like, just don't worry about the surrounding noise. Like, if you have a passion for it and you want to do it, you just have to rip the Band-Aid and do it, because not
Yeah.
everybody's going to be supportive. Everybody's going to have their ideas as like, well, can you afford this? Can you do this? Or like, how do you know it's going to work out for you? And, you know, so many people are already doing that. Why do you want to do the same thing that everybody else is doing? It's like, no, if you want to open a business, all you're not going to know until you finally open it. And whether you have a little bit or whether you have a lot of money to do it, figure it out.
Yeah.
And I always feel like you're never going to have the right amount of money to open a business.
Yep.
Never.
Yeah.
Because you might think like, okay, maybe like 10 grand will be enough. And it's not. You need more. Or 100 grand. No, you need more. And if you wait for the right time, that right time is never going to come.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, right time is now. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right time is whenever you want to.
Whenever.
You're gonna.
Right.
You're
Yeah,
thinking about it, just do it.
Just do it, yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By
When
all I mean, by any means, we're not telling you to quit your job and like run it. Like you cannot. Like there's ways to manage it. You
Yeah.
know, like do it as a part-time thing. You know, like work your full-time gig and then do that on the side. And then once you
Yeah.
feel comfortable, you're like, you know what? This is actually becoming something successful. I can actually do this full-time. And then okay, then take that leap. I mean, it's like that when you're jumping onto what is that little like a life float, you know, you're not sure if you're gonna make it or not, but you just gotta do it. You know?
Yeah.
This is
And-
not a Jack and what's her name?
It's not a Jack and Rose.
Yeah,
out of here. No, like, well, yeah, feel
Yeah.
comfortable and then, just, you know,
And
you
just
can do it.
yeah. Like you don't have to quit your 9 to 5 right away, you know, like because sometimes your 9 to 5 it's what's supporting your dream
Yeah.
Yes.
until
100%.
it's ready to just
Yeah.
go on its own.
Until your dream is
And that's
supporting that,
okay. And a lot of people, I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs that have been in the game for so long kind of look down on that, where they're just like, just leave your 9 to 5. And it's like, but wait, you don't know how many like clients they already have behind them, or what, you know, how big their business that doesn't have a storefront, how big it is yet, you know, like they can't just quit. But I feel like if you do have that momentum, don't be scared to leave it, because then you're working both and you're not getting anything from either one.
Yeah, if all the checks look good, then just go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, you
you're
should
good.
know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Just to go off of that, before I'm gonna add another question back here. How do you deal with negative support from friends and family, or how were you guys dealing with that? Because I'm sure you guys talked about it. Like there's friends and family that you felt like, hey, I'm so close to this person, but they either talking stuff behind my back or, you know, praying for my downfall, praying for our business to close so they can tell you I told you so, you know, that type of stuff. Like, how do you deal with that? How do you kind of, I guess, maneuver that around your life? And
I think I just I give short answers.
Mhm.
Like, I'm just like, no, like, everything's going great. Like, no
Mhm.
matter what, I'm always, like, positive about it. And just
Yeah, we
should've-
stopped sharing.
Stop
a lot.
sharing the bad
There you
parts.
go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I think, and that's why I don't know. Again, it comes to being us getting a lot closer with it, because then we share the negative parts within each other.
Yeah.
And then everyone else doesn't get that.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna struggle together, and and with each other, we're gonna get ourselves out of it.
Because that's what they
Yeah.
want to hear. They like to
Yeah.
hear the struggle part of
Yeah.
it. Like, what are you going through and how is it? Like, they want to hear like the negative part
Yeah.
than actually hear the good that's going
Yeah,
on.
like, you're
So-
still able
yeah,
to
they're
afford
more
everything. You're
intrigued.
still able to do this. You're still like, yeah, we're like, everything's great.
Yeah.
Everything's going.
We got a
100%.
lot of that last year. Last year,
Yeah.
because we had my daughter's quinceañera, and then we were still traveling for judo.
Yeah.
And we were going to we went to Puerto Rico for my birthday, and I invited a lot of people to go to Puerto Rico, you know, and I planned it out like maybe like 6 months before, and all I got was like, how are you doing that in quinceañera and running your business? Who's gonna be at the office while you're gone? And I'm like, what is it to you?
Yeah, what does it matter? to
Yeah,
you?
what does it
Yeah,
matter?
like, oh, and
Don't
you're
worry.
doing a quinceañera? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, and like, you know,
Yeah, we
For
take our
what?
trips and we still answer our phone. That's what we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
We're working. I'm
I
taking
have
my
Yeah, I
laptop.
have my laptop and
There's
luckily-
call forwarding.
Look,
It's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Go to the
My
phone.
provider works in Puerto Rico, so
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
went to Cuba for one
Yeah.
of the judo tournaments, and we paid for their service out there
Yeah.
to be able to get calls out there, because I'm like, we're out in the rural areas, but I still need
Yeah.
to make sure I answer my clients' calls, because
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but whenever we're gone, that's when I get clients that are panicking. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, this
Yeah.
doesn't even. You don't even worry about this any other time. Why are you worrying about it now? But
Yeah.
it's because they
It's 'cause
see
they- it's
that I'm
'cause they-
gone.
yeah, they're
They know
gone.
that I'm gone.
Oh, this is close. Oh my gosh, I gotta go.
And
right
then we
now.
get people like, so where are you now? When I don't answer their call, or because I might be busy. Oh, I thought you were on a trip. Or where are you now? And it's like, dude, I'm at the office.
Yeah.
Like, why do I have to be somewhere?
Yeah,
But
we do get those
Yeah.
those petty comments.
Those
like,
petty-
yeah,
yeah.
you're just like, all right, I don't know why you gotta say it like that, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was gonna make a little quote. I guess suffer in private,
Yeah.
you guys, talk about your, struggles and stuff like that, and celebrate in public. So that
Yeah.
all they see is the celebration and the good times and the
Mhm.
vibes and stuff like that. And then whenever you guys are done, your negative stuff that happens or whatever you guys are going through, you guys can share that amongst yourself in private.
Yeah.
Nobody else has
Yeah,
to see that.
yeah. Nobody
But that
else
is a
has to
great
see.
that's a great advice, because I think a lot of people like to confide in their friends, their
Mhm.
family. They think that they're supporting them when they're really
Yeah.
not.
Well, they're really
Yeah.
not.
And they're
yeah.
Chirping to other people. I'm like,
Yeah.
see, like
Yeah.
I told you, yeah, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
sucks. But
and it all comes with like people expecting to see you at a certain level. Like you have to have certain things for you to make it, and
Mhm.
because there's friends and family that are like, well, they're not driving this kind of car, or they're not wearing this kind of bag, or whatever. They think that, oh, their downfall is near, or like there has to be negative to it, and that's all they want to hear. They
Yep.
just want to hear like
Yeah.
you struggle. Like that's what catches their attention more than anything else, and the crazy part is like I see it often where it's like I've reached out to friends or whenever we're going through something and I hear silence. Or like when we're like first as we promoted when we did the celebration, I invited all my close friends. I think you were the only ones that ended up showing up besides my family. But it's like if they see like if I post some like a sappy meme, because I like to just repost random stuff. Oh, what's wrong? What's going on? And it's like nothing. I
Oh.
just liked what it said.
That's
Yeah.
that's where misery loves company. That's the
Yes.
whole thing. You know.
they just want to confirm that you're going through some shit, just so they can be
Yeah.
like, hey, and that's what is crazy. It's like people love that shit.
Yeah.
Like there's people who live off of that. Like
Mhm.
they live off of other people's downfall, them going through some shit,
Mhm.
just so they can either because they're feeling bad about themselves or they're going through some shit and they want somebody to be them with, be down there in the dumps with them, right? Because they don't want to help themselves, kind of thing.
Mhm.
So that sucks, but
it's the terrible thing. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like,
100%, man. All right, we're gonna get on to Addison Song of the Week. If you can pull that up.
Yep. let me pull it
If you guys don't know, we have a playlist on Apple and Spotify. It's Addison Song of the Week. Addison is a guest, a normal guest on this show. He provides us with a song every week for our episode. We used to record every week, so he would provide one every week, but now we're doing every other week, or it's probably, it's twice a month, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we have like 4 songs a month that we split up between 2 episodes. But if you guys haven't, go check it out. It's a genre is crazy. All good songs. Some you might know, some you don't know, but it's all good. A good list. So
Yeah. So we got Lucky Dimes by the Temper Trap, and Lovin' Me by Nelly.
moving you.
Learn to read. Lovin' Me by Nelly. We're at 206 songs.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
nice.
so if you got a road trip that's gonna last you 12 hours and 5 minutes,
Yep.
you got a playlist.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, every time we have new guests on the show, we always have these. I call it the Fast 5 questions. Basically, I ask you a question, and what the first thing that comes to your head is your answer. It could be a word.
Oh, man.
It could be a word. It could be a sentence. Whatever you want. I'm gonna add a 6th question for you guys specifically. So, for you guys, the first question is your happy place.
Home.
Home.
Mhm.
Awesome. Describe yourself in one word.
Oh shoot. Humble.
Humble. Yeah.
Favorite drink, whether it's
Alcoholic?
alcoholic or coffee.
Whatever,
or,
yeah,
whatever.
A
Whatever.
Midori sour.
Black coffee is always good. Yeah.
Eee. I can see the difference. He's like, I'm business, black coffee, baby.
Midori sour. That wasn't what you said with the mojitos last night.
I was drinking last night.
All right. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Rudeness.
I hate that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say something nice about each other.
There's so many words. Oh, you're
Oh, I love your
beautiful.
support. Like
Ooh.
that. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing. Yeah. Support.
I was gonna say you're beautiful, but
Oh, that's
There
great
you
too.
go.
Yeah. And it's okay, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Extra
He
points.
said it.
Extra points. Hey. All right, and then last question, the one I added is one habit every entrepreneur should build.
discipline.
Discipline. Yeah.
Discipline.
Discipline.
Awesome. All right. Well, all I have is or leave you with this for the end of the pod, which is a quote that I leave our listeners or our supporters with. This is something that I thought of. Not sure if it's in the universe or not, but I was talking to my wife,
Ooh.
and it just came out, and I was like, I have to write this down before I forget it.
Yeah.
It's sometimes you have to protect your peace before helping others find theirs.
Mhm.
Yes.
Definitely.
And that was one thing. We're talking about some situation that we're going through, and I was just like, sometimes you just gotta you gotta hone in and kind of buckle down and be like, all right, I get that they're going through some shit, but it's affecting us now, and we gotta make sure we protect ours before we can kind of go over there and help them find theirs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So,
yeah.
but awesome. Thank you guys for being here,
Yeah, thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
for having
Um,
us.
and hopefully we have you guys back again. And yeah, man.
They want to plug in their Instagram.
Oh, you guys want to plug in your
Oh
Instagram?
yeah.
Or?
Our Instagram handle is NRN_legal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like she said, prepares for documents for immigration, for living trust, also tax preparer,
Yep.
stuff like that. So, and then you do that for anybody for serving, or is just for
So no,
Jackie?
it's for our officers, and then sometimes I get contracted out with other companies. Yeah.
So if you need somebody
Yeah,
to dress up,
yeah.
hey, I just let you know, please, anybody. I want to see this shit happen in real life.
I'll take you guys with me. on this.
Yeah,
I'll
dude,
take you guys with me.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? He also marries people.
Oh, yeah.
Ordained.
Yeah.
Okay.
He also marries people.
Well,
Ordained.
hey, buddy.
Hey, you know what? We can talk about that some other time.
Hey, whenever you're ready, man. No pressure, just let me
No
know.
pressure, no pressure.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. And this is episode 161 of The Works, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Back, baby. Shout out Juice on the beat.